everyone, my name is Dayna and I'm the Buena Vista Branch Manager with Monterey County Free Libraries, and welcome to STEAM Time. If you tuned in last time, we talked all about Newton's third law of motion and we made balloon rockets. So today we are going to expand on that experiment and we are going to be creating balloon-powered cars. So stay tuned and I'm going to walk you through what you're going to need and how we're going to do it. So before we jump into how to make a balloon-powered car, let's talk about some of the supplies you're going to need. Now, a lot of these supplies I just had around my house. So the first thing you're going to want is cardboard. It could be any type, from a package that you have. Mine, I just found a cardboard box in the garage, and I cut off the side flaps. We'll be measuring that later. So just get a nice piece of cardboard to use as your base of the car. And you're also going to be making wheels out of the cardboard as well. You are going to want some type of tape. It could be any type. I'm just using red duct tape. You're going to want a ruler, a pair of scissors, a straw. It could be the plastic bendy straws. Mine is just a paper straw. You're going to want 2 wooden skewers. So I was able to find these at the Dollar Tree. I think it came a pack of 50 for $1. So you're going to need 2 of these. And you're also going to want a balloon, of course. And then I took a lid off of a jar about the same size as the wheels that I'm going to make. This is what I'm going to use to trace my wheels. Now, I will say, for this experiment, there is a lot of different ways that you can do it. Some people make their cars out of cardboard, and you're just gonna trace it. Some people use a plastic water bottle. You can use a juice box. The directions, if you Google online, you can find a ton of different ways to do this experiment. So use whatever you have around the house. But today, we will be using the cardboard version. Now, the great thing about today's experiment is we're going to be talking not only about science, but we're going to be looking at a few of the other letters in STEAM. So STEAM means science, technology, engineering, art or agriculture, and math. So today, we're actually going to be touching on science, engineering, because we're going to be building and designing a car. And then we're going to be talking a little bit about math. We're going to use our ruler to make some measurements. So this is a really great experiment to tie in all 3 of those concepts. So stay tuned, guys, and let's get started with building our balloon-powered car. Now that we have gathered our supplies, we can begin assembling our balloon-powered cars. But let's talk a little bit about the science behind what is actually making our cars move forward. So if you watched the video last time, I talked about Newton's third law of motion, which states, for every action, there is an equal but opposite reaction. So when we're thinking about our balloon-powered cars, we'll have a balloon at the back that we're going to fill with air. So once the air is forced out of the end of that balloon, that's one action. And the reaction to that is there's a force that's going to be working to push the car forward. So they are equal but opposites. So they're working together to propel our car forward down whatever track that you choose to use. So let's begin assembling our car. So for time purposes, I went ahead and I cut out some of my pieces beforehand. So you're going to want to create the base of your car. It could be whatever size that you would like. I started small. This is where your ruler is going to come. It's going to be very handy. I made my car 3 inches by 6 inches. So this is what my car base looks like. So definitely get out your ruler. You can measure the dimensions of your car, and this is a great way to tie in those math concepts by using measurements. So I have my base ready to go. The next thing you're going to want to do is create wheels. I had extra cardboard around the house, So I decided to make cardboard wheels that look like this. I used a jar lid for about the size that I wanted for my wheels. And all I did was I traced around the jar lid like this. And then I cut them out. Now, when you are cutting out your cardboard wheels, take a little bit of extra time. These can be a little bit challenging to cut out if your cardboard is really thick. And because we're using scissors, definitely check with a parent or guardian, and if you need a little bit of help, ask them. You want to make sure you get them as close to a perfect circle as possible. Mine aren't perfect, but we're going to see how it goes. So you will need 4 cardboard wheels. You're going to need your base. Again, mine is 3 inches by 6 inches. So we have our base. We have our 4 wheels. Now we're going to need to assemble. So all I'm going to do is turn my car over so that the underside is facing up. And you're going to take 2 of your wheels and you're going to need your skewer. So I took my skewer and I cut it in half. You can try snapping it in half, but you're going to want 2 equal parts. So I have my skewers. You're going to want to take your straw. I cut mine in half as well. So again, feel free to grab your ruler and do some measuring. And you're going to want to cut your straw in half. These are going to be the axles on our car. So you're going to want 2 of them. And so what I did is I began with 2 wheels, and you're going to want to poke a hole in the middle of your wheel. So I found it easier to take the pointy end of the skewer and kind of wiggle it in like this until I was able to poke through like this. Now, once you have your 2 wheels with the hole in it, poke one side, put the skewer in. You're going to want to put a straw over the skewer and then add your second wheel. So you're going to get something that looks like this. Wheel, a skewer in between for your axle. You're going to cover that with the straw, and then you're going to put on your second wheel. So it's going to look like this. And we're going to need 2 of these because cars have 4 wheels. So you're going to want to make 2 of these. Once you have those, it's time to begin assembling your car. Now it is time to put our balloon-powered car together. So we talked earlier about creating our wheels and our axles. So the bottom of your car should look like this. You should have 2 axles taped to the bottom of your car. And now we're going to begin assembling the balloon component of our car. So let me flip it over. And I assembled mine just for the sake of time. It's a little bit easier to have it pre-done. So for the top of our car, we're going to need a straw, our balloon, some tape, and a rubber band. I forgot to mention this earlier, but the rubber band is important. It's going to be the thing that secures our straw to our balloon. So the first thing you're going to want to do, you are going to take your balloon, you're going to insert the straw into the balloon, and then secure it with your rubber band. So secure it nice and tight so that the straw is secure inside. Once you have that done, you're going to want to tape the straw to your car. And so the key for that is you just want a little bit of overhang with your straw on the top. This is where you're going to blow air into your balloon. So leave a little bit of an overhang. And then with the front of your car, we want to make sure the balloon does not drag on the floor. So let's test here. I have a little bit of space between the balloon and the floor. And let's just double check that our wheels are moving freely. And the more circular your wheels and the more centered you have your axles on the bottom, the straighter your car is going to go. Mine look a little bit askew, but that's okay. Test it, play around with it, redesign your car. That's what this experiment is all about. So we should have a car that looks similar to this. Now we are going to put Newton's third law of motion into practice. So for the next part, we are going to be blowing air into our straw. You're going to want to inflate your balloon. And then the key is you want to pinch your straw so that we don't let the air out until we are ready to launch our car. So let's get started with that. Let's go ahead. We're going to inflate our balloon-powered car. Are we ready? Okay, I'm pinching mine. Okay, are we ready? On the count of 3, I'm gonna release. 1, 2, 3. And zoom! It worked! Yay! So hopefully you were able to launch your balloon-powered car. Well, I hope you had as much fun as I did racing your balloon-powered car down your racetrack. It was a lot of fun using things that we have around the house to make a really cool balloon-powered car. So if you enjoyed doing these types of experiments, definitely check out some of our science and STEAM-related books that we have at a lot of our local branches. If you're interested in learning more about science or doing more fun experiments, definitely go online to our online catalog through our website, emcfl.org. You can always call your local branch and ask them to help you place a hold on any of the STEAM-related books that we have. And the great thing is that when you find a book that you love, you can pick it up via curbside at your local branch. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me for today's STEAM-powered balloon cars. I look forward to seeing you guys next time when we talk about a brand new STEAM topic. Have a great day, everybody. See you next time.